Hey guys, it's Arlen of Awakened Sponda, and I'm coming on today to talk to you about a dream I had last night. Um, I've had a really big struggle with this video so far, getting out what needs to get out without it's even frozen up on me. It's just been hell. But so I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about this dream and what it means to me. I had this dream last night, and in the dream, a friend of mine who I do workshops with was with me. She came to get me, and she was like, "We have, obviously had this workshop to go do," and it was like I was asking her about it, and she's like, "Yes, it's a group of women," and we didn't really know the details, but we were just showing up. Typically it's like at a studio, a yoga studio or something like that. So that's what I had in my mind. When we get there, and I'm looking up. It's like a old brick building with these windows, and I just remember looking at it and I'm seeing this old Victorian letters, and it just didn't seem like it was just what's the word, historic looking or old. And it came to my mind as we rang the doorbell and we're standing there, a doorbell. I'm like, where are we at? And it just hit me. I was like, this is an old brothel. This is an old brothel. And then this lady comes to the door, and she immediately, she just had this really resistant energy towards me as soon as she saw me. And I'm like, hey, and I'm like walking in, and she just, I could tell the discomfort. She was over, like, kind of like looking at me like, oh no, like, what is she doing here? And I'm like, okay, what are we doing today? So what did we sign up for, And I'm like, me and my friend walk in, and my friend's just kind of over here, like, 'cause she's vibing it and just kind of like, I don't know what we're doing here, where we're at. And I'm like, I just continue to walk in, and I look around, and I see these women in different areas, and I clearly knew. I was like, these are strippers, these are sex workers, these are women in the sex industry, basically, probably prostitutes too, I don't know. And this woman was obviously the one, what they call those, but basically the ringmaster, the slave master, as I like to call them. And the energy was just incredibly thick. Definitely not a yoga studio vibe. Nothing peaceful about it. It was very sexual energy, very dark energy, a very perverse energy. And these women were actually kind of throwing me that perverse vibe, like very wicked, very just yuck is all I could think. But I wasn't really focused on that. I was focused on this woman and her resistance towards me. And as she resisted, I persisted. And I was like, no, you can check. She was checking her computer, trying to act like, oh, we shouldn't be there, that she didn't sign up for this. I was like, no, I'm sure that we're supposed to be here. So I was like, where do we set up? For whatever reason, I was very, like, adamant, like, we're doing this. I didn't care what she said. And my friend, on the other hand, was, like, ready to get the fuck out of there. I don't think she was really, like, why are we trying to be here right now? No. And I was like, no, my vibe was just, we're doing this. And I don't even know why in my dream. It was almost like I was literally, it's like my outside self was watching this, going, what are you doing? Like, why does it just this is crazy. And this is like, ew. Like, because part of me was receiving the vibes and going, this is yucky. But I was like, well, I'm going to set up and play music. I'm going to do what I came here to do. Anyway, I woke up, and, I was like, okay, I had to go sit and process, and that's what I do when I have these dreams. And it was very, like, I could still remember the dream, which doesn't always happen. Sometimes I remember sections. But anyway, I went and I sat, and I had my journal out. That's where I write stuff. And I started to write, and as I started writing, I started remembering, and I asked Spirit, just what exactly was this you're showing me? And then it was just like, boom, done. Like, I was like, this symbolized perfectly where I am, as far as, and where the collective is. And there's a lot of other women like me, and these are sacred women. These are women who know we've claimed our sovereignty back. We're claiming still, And that means still releasing this dark template, this dark feminine energy. It's out the door because it doesn't belong in New Earth. It's not. This is exactly what we're here for in this time, and it's to alleviate the planet from this lower frequency and this frequency that the feminine has been trapped in. And it's not just women. When I say the feminine energy, what we have to understand is feminine and masculine reside in men and women bodies. So this can mean men have been carrying this dark feminine template as well. And, it can stem from mothers that they have, sisters that they have, relationships to dark feminine energy women who it's like a learned program of seduction or manipulation or low self-worth, or feeling that they're not enough, feeling they got to augmentate their bodies, or that it's just never enough. Hollywood does a big number on this. And this is what I want to say to you. Oh my God, if you're listening to this, I am asking you, if you really want to change this planet, if you really want to change, you got to start within. Starting within requires doing your inner work. But in order to do that, we also have to break away from the world stage, in essence. And that means this idea of Hollywood, this idea that Hollywood uses a platform to put women that shouldn't be in front of us, right? Women that chop and slice their body, women with their fake everything, fake nails, fake hair, fake every fucking thing on the planet, which stems from this lack from within, right? This wanting to be ageless, this desire for everything that is just a complete lack. And it's what this energy feeds off of. And using our sensuality and the beauty of our sensuality and our essence and twisting it into this dark form, right? Just toxic perversion, honestly. And we got the porn industry, right, which is huge. We all know that. I mean, most people out there in the world today just take that as normal. Women are watching it more than men now. Women and the more here's the deal with perversion like that. It's not, a lot of times perversion will stem from traumas, right? Why women get involved in this? Sometimes it's just sometimes it's sex trafficking. I don't want to hear that, do you? But it's real. It's real. It exists. In the States, I had a friend that did a whole documentary on this, and I learned a lot that made me want to throw up, because I could not believe the ignorance we have sometimes of what's happening right outside our door, or right next door, and you don't know, because we're not paying attention. We're distracted, constantly distracted. That's what Hollywood seeks to do, is distract you from the truth. This is why we go within. This is why you turn your television off. That's it. Tell your vision. Tell your vision. You're allowing, if you watch that television all the time, you're allowing them to tell you your vision. Now you can do that, or you can wake up and tell your vision. You tell them. You tell them. You tell the world. That's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing. And that's why I got a YouTube channel now, and that's why I put my shit out there wherever I can. I'm not hiding anymore. First of all, I've done so much healing that I'm not hiding from myself anymore. These are truths that have always been within me. I've never been a very promiscuous woman. I've watched females around me my entire life give in. And, and I'm not saying that I haven't ever been, operated out of dark feminine tendencies, because I have, But when you go to the extreme of I've had a lot of friends that got involved with stripping, that want, even as much as you guys don't want to hear, even bartending can be a form of it, it's, and sex industry, using your body to get what you feel you need. Okay? And like I said, a lot of this can stem from traumas, and a lot of this is it's just the more you get involved with it, and you'll hear people talk about this, and people who have been completely changed, reborn out of this like mentality, will tell you that the more you get into a perverse like sexual behavior, things like that, it just becomes you want more and more and more, and the perversion becomes, it's just a continuance, and it becomes more like an addiction, and you have to have more, and you have to have more, and you go deeper and deeper and deeper, right? And this can just start from like, you know, money gets twisted in there too, because, you know, a lot of times the way this system's been set up, you know, a lot of times you'll hear women say, well, I couldn't do that. I'm a single mom, so I'm a stripper, or I'm a, you know, it's this enslavement mentality that as a woman, this is all we got to work with, right? That we're just shells of bullshit. This is the ultimate lie. And you know, we're all waking up to this now. And those who aren't awake, and maybe like you're seeing this and you're like not resonating with what I'm saying right now, you know, or maybe you're triggered by it, and that's fine. Triggering's good. Triggering is good because you're gonna, it's causing you to look at something within. You know, nobody's perfect. None of us out here are perfect, but we've been living in a society that has been shaming towards women, that has suppressed the woman, the feminine energy, okay, and instead enhance this dark, toxic feminine. You look at, there's tons of men who end up with either these really dark women that just, it's just hell. Abusive women, women who are manipulative and mean and cunning, and more than likely hate all the other women, you know, because they're insecure. They're not whole. They haven't become whole. They haven't healed. Well, all that's changing, and going into New Earth, these are the templates that are falling off as women rise, and this means as you come into yourself. It's healing those old ways, healing the duality. And you can't blame. There's no more blaming men. There's none of that. It's taking ownership for any and all things within yourself first. This is how you clear that energy. But the one thing I will say, that what stuck out to me was, you know, if just as you're doing your healing, obviously you're going to, as you rise and you ascend and you realize your value, you realize your true worth, and you come out of the addictions and the strongholds that you get all these attachments and these grips from things in life, programs that have been running in life. If just one woman leaves like the poll or the video shoot, or, you know, and these, I'm not talking about these, there's some women who are trapped in this stuff too right now, but I'm just saying, if one, two, three of you just say, you know, fuck this shit, you know, I'm gonna be poor until I realize that, you know, that I'm going to be taken care of, that I can trust and know that I'm going to be taken care of. The universe is going to take care of me. But I have to believe in myself first. I have to learn to believe in myself first. Stop watching the TV and letting everybody tell you who you are, what your story is. You tell you what your story is, okay? And if you need to get away from people who are telling you something different, then get the fuck away from them. Pray, ask, put it out there, because you'll be attracted to those like-minded, to those people, to those things that are going to help build you up and change your whole being, to change your life. But it starts with you deciding that and choosing. You have to choose. You choose that easy old way, that pattern, that cycle, that bullshit, or you can choose a new way. But if just a few of you start, you know, if all these women just jumped out, could you imagine? The whole frequency of the planet would shift like fucking that. The whole porn industry would shut down if women could come into themselves as divine, sacred women, like claiming their sovereignty, right? The whole industry would shut down. The vibration of the planet would be like, none of this bullshit would be relevant anymore. It stays relevant because we allow it to stay relevant, because we stay in the same program. Right? The program would crumble if you just made the choice to go the other way. You know, all these times we don't, you know, just I want to encourage all All of you, women, men, I don't care who you are in your physical body. You know, but if somebody's enslaving you, if you feel that you are enslaved, if you feel that you're not really being true to yourself, if you're tired of this shit, if you're tired of people groping you or looking at you funny, or if you're tired of feeling like shit about yourself, that you're not enough, that you're not worthy enough, that you're not deserving of love, true, unconditional love. If you're sick of that shit, I encourage you to look at what's around you and look at what you can walk away from and walk away from it. Get out of it. Make the change. Run. Run. Because there is so much love and so much abundance on the other side when you make that choice to choose to go in a different direction. Oh, okay. Well, I gotta pay my bills. Well, I gotta do this. Well, I gotta do that. Well, I just can't make it. No more victim. No more excuses. It's bullshit. It's all excuses. And then, it just leads to still the same complaints, the same non-movement, the same crap. Well, be humble and start somewhere else. Do something else. You're going to end up exactly where you need to be, and you're going to realize the gifts you actually have, the beauty that actually resides within you. I've been speaking to women for years. Years. It's been on my heart so strong for years. When I was in the Christian church, before that even, but when I was in the Christian church, when I was an MC, I did music, I wrote lyrics. My target, women and young women. It was never anything to do with the men. I wanted to target the women because I wanted to build them up. I want to encourage you to see yourself as worthy, as valid, as worth something on this planet, because God damn it, you are. You're everything. If you're carrying that feminine energy, that feminine essence, my God, let it ignite. I'm encouraging you to do that. And anything I can help you to do that, I want to be that for you. I will not take bullshit, though, I'll tell you that. I know all the conniving little ways. You can't fool. You ain't gonna fool me, I'll tell you that. Not gonna happen. Seen it all. But I don't know. I'm just here for the feminines, man, and I don't even want to talk about all the dark stuff. To be honest, I want to talk about the good shit within you. I want to help build you up. And I've thought about writing actually again recently, because I'm like, that's how I spoke to women. I have a video on the internet that I don't even know how to put that on here yet, because I'm learning all this technology. But besides that, I have so many poems, and I have so many songs that I haven't even really put out there at all. But I've just always had this heart for the feminine, and now I know why, and it's beautiful. And now more than ever, I feel like I can stand in it, in a fullness, in a wholeness, and speak with absolute confidence, that absolute sovereignty, and stand up for the feminine collective. And that's what I plan on doing, and doing it the right way. I probably won't be the way that you see on social media. It probably won't be the way that you see on TV or in the big rallies. I'm not into duality. This isn't what we're evolving to. I'm into true evolution. And we are masculine and feminine within. Both of us. Men and women. Man and woman. There's a lot of pieces of this that are missing from what you're seeing on the media and what's being allowed on the world stage. It's very misleading in a lot of ways. But I don't know. Let's just step up and step into our sovereignty. And as you stand up, you're standing up for your daughters. You're standing up for your sisters. You're standing up for more than just yourself. The future. The way, it just isn't the way anymore. Using your body, let's get back to being natural, right? Let's get back to loving who you are. Loving who you are. Being your soft, natural self. Being exactly what you were created to be in this feminine energy, this feminine essence. Like, you know, and some of that is powerful and it is strong, but it's powerful in a way that's not um, like dark spell work where you're like using your seduction as a manipulation. That's the dark side of that shit that it's got to go. Okay, that keeps a corrupt circle going. The perversion, it's these fuckers are feeding from it. So I'll tell you that right now. It's time for the sacred woman and the sacred man and the sacred man, and the sacred man's right there too, right there. But it's balancing out between the man and the woman. Okay, it's both of us doing the work. I'll tell you, this is the year of the feminine. Things are changing. So I'm so grateful that I get to witness this, be part of it, and I pray you be part of it too. And I love you, and I don't know, I just feel meant to share that, and I love you guys, divine feminine. The time is now. Anyway, I love you all, and that's that. As within, so without. As above, so below. Love is all that is. Period. Unconditional love. We're getting an upgrade. An upgrade. So get your upgrade too.